I'm at top. So glad to be here at MLE. That theme song slaps, man. I'm ready to go for some Academy League action. Are you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, the Academy League is always one of my favorites to cast because they're right at that mid-range of really developed and understanding the game, but starting to pick up on some of the mechanics and starting to pick up on really how to get better. So
yeah. Absolutely. The Academy League is definitely where stars of tomorrow start today. And as someone who is now in the Foundation League, I look up to these guys because I know it's just more than booming the ball. It's about strategy. It's about finding your teammates and making everything work for your squad.
Unfortunately, I'm in the position right now where I've got to play on keyboard, so I think I'd have a hard time playing against Academy League guys because my controller's broken right now. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out to Power 8 Gaming, where they've got high-quality third-party controllers available, and they're in the Xbox style too, so that's what I'm all about. But we're going to be getting this game going. We're already moving into the actions, the Comets and the Rhinos. Rhinos have had a bit of a tough season this go-around, but we're going to see if they can get a little bit of redemption started in this match against the Comets.
Yeah, both teams got something to prove. Currently, the Rhinos are on the bottom of their division and the league. They're looking to find some wins together, and it may start tonight for them.
And they're already starting this one downfield. We've got Carl and Clement for the Rhinos in that very, very leathery gray. Carl coming out of his own corner, chasing this out to Maddie. They get a high bounce in 50. Carl's going to give it a little bit of space for the camera and let Clemens come in. Pops that right in front of the net. Old man going to pop that really, really high. Carl's there to pick it up. Sends it downfield with Maddie Ice. Maddie with the scoring opportunity. Sends it in, and OMB will put it away.
Love saying that, OMB. It's like that. 1 minute elapsed, and the Comets are already up in game one.
The Comets, Old Man Ballin and Matty Ice. These guys have had themselves a pretty alright season. They're on the top half of the leaderboard. They've got themselves a record of 13-2, or 13-12, not 2. That would be outrageous.
That's true. They're just outside the top 10. They're looking to knock on that door. And to do that, they have to go against a side like the Rhinos, which, like you were saying, a tale of two different teams. The Rhinos are currently 6-19 in the bottom of their division. It may seem like easy pickings for the Comets, but if I'm the Rhinos, I got something to prove tonight.
And speaking of something to prove, Carl's going to get the beat in the midfield and pop this one in for a slamming equalizer.
Yeah, we'll level 1-1. Carl's right there with a little bit of a hit toss. Followed up his own mess. 1-1. Rhinos and Comets.
We're seeing Carl playing a lot of really aggressive ball already. Going up for a lot of those challenges, taking the ball early. Takes the kickoff out to Clemens. Clemens gonna put it away. Rhinos go up 2-1.
Takes a little bit more pride to come from the right flank and say, look, I'm going for it, and not overshoot it. It was on target. And that's it, 2-1.
That's all that it takes. Couldn't quite get the save. Academy League has a lot of issues where the defense can get a little bit clumsy, but we see them putting a lot of energy and momentum into it. And just like that, we're going to see the redirect. Matty Ice getting the goal off of a two-touch from the Rhinos.
Oh, that was unfortunate. Clemens with the Matty Ice off the back to Carl's. And it's a quick goal, 2-2. It's level. And if you're Carl right now, you're kind of like, man, what did I do? What happened?
That's what you got to deal with. You got to think of it like a kickoff goal. So a lot of the times when you're just an awkward position in net, when you're dealing with these goals that are really early and you're out of position, you just got to take it as it is. You can't get too sold and caught up in it. OMB gonna dunk this one in. Ooh, that's a classy little drop in front of the net.
Look, this is a hit parade. 5 goals scored between both teams, only 2 minutes elapsed. Old Man Ballin with a little bit of a flair. Comets are up again.
Just off the tires, it takes away all of the juice, but it means you cannot overshoot it. And that's a play that we see from a lot of really high-level players as well, just using the tires to kill that momentum. OMB doing it again, instead getting some power off the hood. Sends that in deep, but Clemens there to save it. Matty Ice puts another one just peppering the net. The Comet Storm is coming down. Carl saves it out to Clemens. Clemens with the breakaway. Just has to beat one in the backfield off the back wall. Not going to pick it up, and Carl not quite in position, a little bit over chasing. He's starting to break the axles now. Flips it inward. Clemens is there as well. But that's going to be a good defense from the Comets.
Looks like the Rhinos were trying to outsmart themselves over there, trying to go with an extra touch, and could have been a goal if they just, did one less pass, or just be a little bit more selfish there on the ball.
Carl living up to his team's namesake and just pushing that one through, just charging the ball downfield, gets it around two, but the Comets will be able to send it back down and start just bashing away. Barely safe from in front of the net. Old Man Ballin playing a little bit far back so Clemens can get it away. Carl trying to receive the pass, not coming away with it. Matty Ice sends it back downfield with the clear.
Fantastic back and forth from the Rhinos and Comets. Even the Comets have a little bit more flair. I was just going to say that. A little bit more energy, and that's what the difference between these two teams, the energy. The Comets come around the side, the left flank, got Old Man Ballin slotting it in, the extra long body type, that dominance, 2-4 Comets. About a little less than 2 minutes to go in game one.
Fantastic, just seeing that opportunity and bodily pushing it in there. That's one of the things I love about Academy League as well, is they are very willing to play physical, very willing to make those challenges, and we're going to see almost an open net goal. What a scramble from Clemens. Not able to get the second one out, though.
And Old Man Ballin is feeling himself right now. This is that confident strike. This is like, you know what? I've been going for two. Let me get that third. Untouched.
It feels so great when you get the hat trick, but when you exceed the hat trick like Old Man Ballin has at 4 goals this game, you really start feeling like you are on fire. The pop-off begins. You're ready to jump out of your chair with every single goal. Old Man Ballin once more, the pass infield. This is a runaway.
It's a runaway indeed, but if you're the Rhinos, you gotta say to yourself, what are we doing wrong? We were training all week, we're ready for this game, we want to turn things around, but the game one is not going in our favor. What's going to be our new tactic moving forward in the series?
I think that we're seeing just a lot of the stretch, a lot of the inward passing plays. Matty Ice can try and do the same thing again off the back wall, looks to send it infield, misreads it a little bit. Old Man Ballin moves in, and Clemens gonna nice and slow play this. He needs his boost. Will be popping up, but Matty Ice was already there for it. They're just getting out-tempoed on the Rhinos.
Yeah, the Rhinos are looking for a ground game that's not actually happening. The Comets have just occupied the sky and have the wherewithal to spread themselves on the offense to give themselves 2 different separate scoring attacks on their counters.
I think it really just speaks to the names of the teams. They're living up to their namesakes. The Comets playing out of the sky, the Rhinos trying to play the ground. Carl gonna contest this, pushes it away. Looking for the inbound. Infield not gonna happen. Contested by Matty Ice. Old Man Ballin on there in the backup. Passes infield to Matty Ice. Looks for the hook shot. Does he have it? Yes!
And Matty Ice, don't confuse me with Matty Light. Check this out here. Right there, the mid-pitch to go. I thought he was going to overshoot it, but he came back, whipped it around, gave himself a little bit of a tap for his own collection, saving that to Jiffy game.
Feels really good. I gotta say that, with 5 goals and 2 assists, Old Man Ballin has been a part of every single goal. In fact, there's been no unassisted goals for the Comets whatsoever. Both these players are so in tune with each other.
I think someone told him there's orange slices if you become man of the match, and he just started popping off.
I think Old Man Ballin's ready to call bingo after scoring 5 goals. They're gonna get a 6th! Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's a 3rd assist for Old Man Ballin. Another goal for Matty Ice.
Man, the pink and blue attack continues. Matty Ice with a top wheel tuck-in.
I like that, the top wheel tuck-in. But this game is a statement by the Comets. We saw the Rhinos have some life in them at the start of the match, and then the Comets just get these counterattacks.
Costly error. Oh, my goodness.
Oof.
Yeah, that's an oof in the goal if everyone. Clemens tried it, but the clear was awkward, and there was no one back to contest Old Man Ballin. And again, easy pickings.
And I know exactly what he's going for. He's trying to get the conjunction of 3 different hitboxes on his car to get a multiplicative force effect. But instead, it comes out on the side. It's the weakest hitbox of the 3 that you're going for, and it just goes directly into the path of the goal. Carl will come away with this one off the wall, just a long ball.
Hey, you know what? 1 goal towards the end of the game may be enough to shift momentum your way. The Rhinos got to get competitive, and this may be the start for them.
Definitely. We're seeing Carl's aggression come out again, and if we see him able to pick it up, able to match the tempo that the Comets bring up, and honestly just see the Rhinos get their rotations a little bit cleaner mechanically, we can definitely see them make Game 2, but Game 1 has been a statement. The Comets are far and away prepared for this fight.
Yeah, you know, on paper, we think about the records between both teams and we say, well, this game ain't paper. But so far, it's going exactly the script. The Rhinos have to get themselves on the same page if they want to make this series competitive. The only thing is, will they have enough time to figure it out? Because the Comets are scoring goals all the time.
You got it, Novanta. Maybe they just need a little bit more energy on the Rhinos. Just something to kind of give them a little bit of a pick-me-up to start matching that tempo. Maybe they need some balls guarana.
That's for sure. You know, I've been using balls around when I do all my casting, and I can tell you what, it's nice, it tastes great, and it gives you pick me up, and there's no crash. I have all the energy to call these matches all day thanks to balls.
Absolutely. And I can definitely see that energy coming out here, too. You've got these fantastic phrases that I just need to emulate. But
I'm in the zone, baby. Thanks to balls.
The Comets just really making a statement. Old Man Ballin', every single goal he's involved in, he gets the double hat trick on that game.
Yeah, and if there was more time in the game, we'll probably get more.
Definitely. This is just moving away with the game. The Comets set the pace. They close the game. We're going to need to see the Rhinos really start speeding up. And, you know, Rhinos are fast creatures. They're big, they're strong, they're kind of nasty.
I haven't met one in real life, I guess. I mean, it gets bad propaganda, probably. But back to the trading thing with the Rhinos, these are not goals that are being scored on based on unlucky touches. I mean, they're being spread apart by the Comets. If I'm the general manager, I'm going to hold my tongue there because they're on the board, 1-0, 5 seconds in Game 2.
Yeah, a little bit of fancy footwork attempted by the Comets, and Clemens just there to finish it off. Trying to go off the ceiling, instead just setting it up. Punishing the mistake, that's one way to really get successful in a Rocket League game.
Oh, yeah. A lot of this game is about your confidence level. And if you get a goal scored against you, even if you won the game before, that's enough to get shook and be like, whoa, these guys have been beating up something else. And that may turn the tide for the gray and black.
Carl coming out really aggressive, gets the challenge, plays it off the corner. Back out to Clemens now. Old Man Ballin' out of position, has to rotate back. Matty Ice loses the 50-50. Will Clemens be able to find the goal? A very sharp cut. He passes it out to his teammate, and Carl puts it away. The Rhinos up 2.
This is about being in sync. Clemens had a shot on goal, probably undershot it, thought to say I didn't have a chance, but Carl's there for the cleanup. That's reading your opponent, reading your partner, reading your opponent, and reading the play.
I really liked what Clemens did there, going for the ball as well. Even though it was very risky and he didn't come away with it, it forces the Comets to answer him and not Carl. Almost a bar down from Old Man Ballin', a little bit of whiffing. Carl's going to contest, moves it downfield. We get Old Man Ballin' starting to cut the rotation, aggressively challenging Matty Ice, defending towards the net. The pass inward, defended by Old Man Ballin'.
Yeah, it didn't work out in the favor there, but the Comets are definitely on the back heel. You don't see them going for the shots as often as they were in the first game. Maybe they're a little rattled a bit.
So I gotta start asking though, Novanta, is we're seeing a little bit of just mechanical mishaps from the Rhinos where they're trying to do things that are a little bit difficult, a little bit fancy. Oh, I eat my words. What a return shot from Carl.
Story of the game. Every time we say the Rhinos are struggling, they come up with a goal to say, you know what, Casters, what do you know?
After that, I don't know much.
Right, same here. I know what you mean, though. When you have a season that's frustrating as the Rhinos do right now, you want to put your head down, you want to be a hero, you want to be able to secure your spot in the team, and sometimes it works in your favor. You might get some goals for you, but then also other times it can open you up for defensive mistakes, just like we saw in Game 1.
So what I'm thinking, though, is, Novanta, I'm sorry, we can't get to this conversation. Old Man Ballin' gonna dunk that in from the midfield, just sneaking right around Carl.
This is what I'm saying. Clemens overshot it. Carl waited for the flip and missed it. Again, defensive error out of desperation, and that caused a goal against them.
All right, gonna try this one more time, Novanta. Let's see what you can come away with. Do you think that we want to see the Rhinos get a kickoff goal scored on them? What is this?
This is crazy. Matty Ice just dancing around the opposition here. Stockton, pink action, in. Why not?
If we ever see neutral again, I'm wanting to see the Rhinos take it back a little bit from the mechanically challenged stuff. Being willing to play back a little bit and contest a little bit later, or even fake the ball more often, so that they're not forced into some of the mechanical difficulties they've been having and can play more of the grounded play they want.
True, a lot of their plays have been a bit easy to read. And we're talking about momentum in this game and in this league, in this sport. You score 3 goals, it's 3-0. Now you're running 3-2, and it's already a different complexion because the Comets are able to lay back when they want to and attack when they have the opportunity to. The game is in their control.
Clemens trying to fly up and defend that one. Carl clears it away from the net. Now Clemens got full boost. What's he going to do with it? Takes it up the side. Fakes going inward and gets it up on the corner ball. Corner going inward. Clemens is there to dunk it. The Rhinos take one more.
Wasn't pretty, but it was effective. Carl had the ball up in the corner. Clemens saw it, eyed it, beat Matty off the dribble. Just a little touch, little tap, little guide in the net. Say, hey, go ahead. Do your thing.
But that's what I'm talking about, is we're seeing a lot of just the back-to-basics play from the Rhinos. When they score, it's not off the fancy stuff. It's not even off of flying, really. They're just playing it on the ground. They're playing it on the corner. They're just looking to punish the mistakes that we see out of the Comets.
And that's what makes this league and these two teams a treat. So many times in Rocket League, these matches are like boxing matches. Very technical stances, footwork. This is an outright street fight slugfest. We don't know what to expect. In fact, 3 or 4 times we try to analyze what's happening, and bam, a goal happened against what we're saying, right? And that's what I like about these two teams. But when it's all said and done, the Rhinos want a chance of winning this game in this series. They got to be more on the ball to each other, not just booming it down the court.
Here we go. OMB sends it inbound. What a block by Clemens. Carl immediately picks it up. He's got the dribble, looking for the breakaway. Gets stolen away. No dunk available. Clemens coming in from downtown. Not able to get that on target. And the Comets will regain possession.
Comets hung back, waited for the attack. The attack wasn't special with a straight line, and able to get their hood right in front of it.
Oh, one more opportunity for Clemens, losing on the aerial 50. Carl racing back. OMB getting beat by that one. The field looks so open. Carl going for the shot from midfield. Ball off the crossbar, but Clemens, one more opportunity. No, saved by his own teammate. And that's an open backfield for the Rhinos. Will Matty be able to convert?
Yep.
Not quite. Carl races back, gets the touch to the corner. What a pinch up. That's going to send a counterattack available for the Rhinos. Tipped upward by Clemens. Carl playing back, not willing to commit when you're up by 2.
An absolute nail-biting volley, and it's not even through yet. Old man ball and trying to get the ball out of his side of the net. You know what? I actually like the fact that Matty and Old man are working together in tandem. You don't know who's going to be the one to score, who's going to be dropped back. It's like a double-edged sword.
Definitely. And Matty and Old Man, we've seen a lot of the passing plays. We've seen a lot of the more technicality out of them. But when it goes south much harder because of the nature of their play and the style that they're going for that is much more committal.
True. It's definitely a situation where you would think one team is playing than the other, but the score lines have went both ways in the first 2 games.
So the Rhinos are going to take Game 2, bring the series to a 1-1, and I think they found themselves a little bit more comfortable after the first game.
I hope so, because to me, it looked like they just did it straight by brute force in Game 2. I guess that's what a Rhino does, right? A Rhino doesn't really negotiate verbally. But it was a solid game by the black and gray brand, and the Comets have something to think about. But I do think they still have the advantage, the Comets do.
And even more than that, really, I think that game was so much more one-sided in favor of the Rhinos than the scoreline gives it credit for. Because if you look at the shots, 8 shots by the Rhinos versus 5 from the Comets, but so much of that was actually just, you get a couple of shots out of the Comets off the kickoff, off these weird redirections, things like that. The neutral play and the aggression was so much more in control for the Rhinos, and even when you had the opportunities, Carl and Clemens are playing a little bit safer. They're not trusting the fancy mechanics and the harder stuff to do as much, and they're just relying on the Comets making mistakes.
That's also great, because when you have lots of shots on goal, you get that little bit of confidence there. To a point. We've all been in games, we had 1,001 shots on goal, and they haven't gone in, and you start going, what do I have to do? So I worry about frustration for the Rhinos, but they do have split the series a game apiece.
All right, as we go into Game 3, 1 game apiece between the Rhinos and the Comets, and the Rhinos trying to start charging out of the back of the league even.
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot when you're 32nd of 32 teams in a league. I'm pretty sure you're being laughed at in the cafeteria if there was one. There's a chance to get out. It has to start today. It has to start now. It has to start in this series. You're even going into a 5-game set, Game 3 right now.
What better time than here? What better place than now? Carl starting to chip this one inward. Maddie taking it downfield. Clemens, look at that shadow defense, turns inward and challenges when he knows that Carl's in position. Carl being so incredibly patient, losing the challenge. That will be a goal for the Comets.
Yeah, Carl was in the right place, but he just jumped out just a little bit too early and got drawn out by Old Man Ballin. And that long body to dominance worked to his advantage. Center punch, go Comets.
That's just a little bit of misalignment as well. You're going to see a lot of just defensive misplays, misalignments, a little bit of that X-axis rotation, not quite there yet when you're trying to make these challenges in Academy League. So, of course, if you force the challenges early, you're going to win one eventually.
Yeah, it's probability. It's a lot more math involved in this game than I realized. Math's my worst subject, by the way.
Oh. Well, I'm sure watching this and commentating on it, you're gonna pick up a lot more of the geometry.
Right.
Matty Ice out of the corner, tries to pop this one on the infield pass, gets the bounce off. Clemens has to scramble and save it, but scramble he does.
That's a good effort.
Oh no, the mechanical misplay. Clemens has to race back and pick that one out of his backfield once more. Clemens trying to solo play.
Could have been a costly error for the Rhinos there, but thankfully Clemens was there to clear it off the line.
Clemens downfield, he's low on boost. Matty Ice, we've seen how dangerous this player can be when they've got boost. Carl gets the tip upwards, gonna be off the crossbar. No, bouncing away. What a heartbreaker.
Oh man, the poor guy. I mean, the effort was there, the position was there, but just a little bit too much mustard on it, and there it goes over for the counter attack. And off the corner too. Even Stevens above both teams with corner shots going not against their way.
Clemens getting his own heartbreaker. The ball out in midfield, unescorted. Matty Ice chasing this one away. Looks for the sharp angle inward. The 50-50 and the block. The Rhinos will continue to live in this 1-goal deficit.
You know, it's easy to watch a game on your screen and go, how can they miss that? But I can tell when the ball's in front of you, you see an open net, a lot of times you get those jitters, man, and that's what happened on both ends of the pitch.
That's not even an open net, too. It's just those really sharp angles are incredibly tough to clutch out. You've got to get the weirdest cuts from your car if you want to make that, and sometimes it's better to just pass.
Absolutely.
Matty taking it out of his own corner once more. Doesn't have the juice, though, picking up pennies, trying to get the demo onto Carl. Carl up on the wall, looking for the infield, gonna take it low instead and abandoning the ball, trying to clear out the net. Matty is there for that already with the counterattack. Infield, both these players, the top shelf just barely clanging off the crossbar.
Everyone's getting involved in that play. Everyone's getting involved in that one.
Most definitely. Oh, what a save by Matty Ice off the wall. Old Man Ballin sends that one downfield. That's going to be in towards the net. Carl with the 50. Great shot across into the corner. Pretty difficult for there to be any find, and oh, what an error. Old Man Ballin looks for the cut inward, but Carl is there to stop it. What crazy defense and rotation.
What is Matty on right now? He's looking, he's eyeing that goal.
He's trying to get these plays off the ceiling. I feel like Matty is a player that loves his mechanics. He spends so much time in free play. I can see it. And it's working out for the Comets pretty all right.
I mean, that's an understatement there. I think there's been more of a complete attack, especially this game 3. A lot more balance. The score wasn't as wild as the first game, but Whenever Old Man Ballin misses, there's Matty Ice right there, and having a second option you can trust and rely on is a difference when it comes to doubles.
Absolutely. Speaking of second options, we're going to have Clemens go up for it and get stuffed away by Old Man Ballin. Matty Ice has the breakaway. Carl takes the gamble and manages to win that challenge to save that net. Matty Ice in the midfield. What a pop up! Old Man Ballin immediately reacting, cutting inward, trying to pop that into the net. Carl there as a savior. Looking for the hook shot, not going to get enough of the cut. And once again, great defense from the Comets.
And they're not done. They're looking for that second goal to put it on beyond doubt, because a goal ahead in Rocket League is absolutely nothing, really.
Novanta, I've got to ask, as we come down to the closing wire of Game 3 with the Comets up, how would you characterize the tempo that we are seeing out of the Comets here?
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit dynamic, man. They know when to push up when needed, but it definitely there's times and stretches where they pung back, hang back, wait for the mistake on the Rhinos. Because the one thing and the weakness I'm seeing in the Rhinos game is that their counters are complete direct lines to goal. So you hang back, you watch that happen, and then turn on the gas, turn on the heat, and make them punish them for their mistakes. I gotta say, of the two teams, I'm really liking what the Comets are doing today, and it's only the third game of the series.
Most definitely, and we're seeing a lot of the mechanical play out of Matty Ice, and more than just mechanical play, it feels like a little bit more consistency. Consistency is one of the biggest keys in the Academy League.
Absolutely. See, consistency is one of those things that we all think about, oh yeah, duh, just do the same thing all the time, but it's incredibly different, difficult with different teams, typically levels, stresses, angles, all those things in account to be able to perform on the level the Comets have been doing. Is a reason why they're in the mid-table, and the reason why they're attacking the top 10 teams in their league.
The other thing that I think too, and this is like seeing something that I love and I hate out of the Rhinos especially, is how often are we seeing them in the corner, Clemens or Carl flying in trying to get these crazy cuts onto the goal, just looking for the most absurd angles that would be great clip shots, but they're so low percentage to hit.
They're low percentage, and there's almost no insurance there. You know, their teammates usually out of position or aren't able to counter if there's a mistake. And I like it too. I love some flair. I love flair as much as the next guy, but you got to give yourself a chance to score, especially if you're playing from behind.
And maybe just seeing a bit of the change in mentality away from trying to make these solo plays and playing off your teammate a little bit more, trusting, doing the half commits, even doing some backflip shots to keep yourself from overcommitting, but sending the ball out of your own possession so your teammate can pick it up and you get the flick.
Right. It's easy. Simple as pie.
It's easy to talk about. If I was doing it, I would botch it every single time.
I know I would.
Clemens taking it in the midfield, going up. He's got some boost for it, whipping the ball. That's a fake, letting Carl do the work instead. Matty Ice has the open field in front of him. Clemens racing back, not quite fast enough. First goal, Comets.
Yeah, Matty Ice covers a lot of ground, gets off the wall, and rolls it through. Cross pitch in a way that was almost impossible to get to in time. Matty Ice, splash.
That's always a classy goal explosion, too. It's so refreshing.
Right. The opposite of the tactical nuke, I know.
Clemens coming in off of the setup from Carl. He gets that inward cut. That time it pays off. The tight angle.
The Rhinos have a little bit of fight left, or a lot of fight left. Weight off the wall. Heel back hindquarters. Here's a goal. You're level.
Rhinos always a tough animal. They've got so much juice out of any part of their body. It's basically all armor. So he can get a shot even off the hindquarters of the car. Oh no. Almost a goal just off the kickoff, a little roll in, but the shadowing good enough from the Rhinos. They're going to try for this counterattack. The bounce in, not quite able to get a hook inwards, and Clemens not finding his angle, has to go home.
I like what he was doing. He was a bit off target with his off-the-wall redirect.
Yeah, he has an understanding now of just where to go with these, trying to get a little bit more juice on his shots and getting the bounce so that he doesn't have to do all the work with his own car. But Matty Ice demonstrating that so well, getting the bounce dribble, and unfortunately the air dribble goes off target.
Yeah. Got a little bit too excited there, and he paid for it, but we're still level. About 3:45 to go in Game 3.
A little bit of clumping from the Comets. but not double committing. Old Man Ballin trying to set that one forward. What a pass. Matty Ice is there, but off target.
A little bit wide, but he has an opportunity right here. We're going right over the top of goal. Cleared away by Carl. Nice.
What a fantastic read from that, and just the game sense to understand that you can't let that come off your backboard. Carl still playing back, trying to dig it away. Missing the ball off the wall. It's so difficult sometimes when it's just barely not on the wall to know when you got to jump and when not to.
It's all about having good judgment here. And I do think there's some fight left in the Rhinos, especially on their side flank plays.
We even saw what I was talking about there with Matty Ice, looking for a couple of those backflip shots to arrest his momentum, but still get the ball a lot of extra oomph, so he can be in a better position if he's not going to have a follow-up.
I agree, and oomph is a technical term. And I like the fact that Matty's able to do that, and take those chances with his car.
Oh, almost a goal. The inward pass a little bit too speedy, and Old Man Ballin sends it off a far post. Now some corner ball. We've got that moving inward, looking for the doomsy dish on that, but that's a hard play for an academy player. Matty Ice sends it across the pitch. Old Man Ballin is there. OMB on the corner ball once more. Matty Ice getting it pushed away, and that ends what looked like some spectacular aggression from the Comets.
One of the better exchanges in this series. I was on the edge of my seat trying to see who was going to get the goal here. It was all for naught, but I do think both sides are a little bit energized to see who's going to score next.
Clemens going up. He's going to find the net, and that puts them ahead. Just squeaking it by the defense.
Yeah, definitely. The Rhinos have always been great position-wise. Their accuracy has a little bit been questioned, but that was on target, and that's what you need to do. The simple direct shots. 2-1 Rhinos, 2 minutes to go.
And again, too, if you get the left-right axis on target on your launch, Clemens has been consistent with those as long as he gets a good launch.
That's the name of the game, isn't it, sometimes?
Here we go, in front of the net. What a diving save from Carl, but OMB, the patient old man, dunks it in on the rebound.
Talk about having two options. Matty Ice put it up, got blocked up. Old Man Ballin is there. That is the difference of having a tag team partner you can rely on, being in the right position at the right time. 2 super level.
The equalizer's so important here. We could be seeing the Comets putting this away in Game 4, but here in MLE, we will move on to Game 5 anyways, because every game, every point counts, and we want a fantastic experience for all involved.
Wait, a little roller here. Oh, Carl with the push-in. So what happened here exactly was a little bit of miscommunication in the sky. Clemens poked out almost a clear of his own, but Carl was right there for the last poke in the bottom 90. 3-2 Rhinos. Will he hold on to the lead? What do you think, Stage?
I think we're going to see a little bit more life out of the Comets, but I think we're going to end up at a 4-3 in favor of the Rhinos, maybe in an OT.
Oh, I love OTs. They're great.
The air dribble comes in. Carl with that aggression, breaking it up. OMB trying to chase this one down. What a pinch out of Clemens. That's going to be the shot opportunity. Bangs off the crossbar. Clemens now with the dribble, sends it downfield, beats one. Oh,
whoa, my
goodness.
Split the defense like a knife through butter. Look at this. Clemens brings it down. You think he's going to pop up, but no. Goes around Matty Ice on the left side of Old Man Ballin. Can do nothing but turn and look like a Fast and Furious clip. Clemens with the score, 4-2 Rhinos. My goodness.
So that brings it a little closer to my prediction. If the Comets get one, then we're still on. We're just going to ignore the overtime call.
Fair enough. Whatever needs to be right, man.
Matty Ice in the backfield, playing a little bit of corner ball, trying to play defense. He's got to tip that away, but oh my lord! I have never been so happy to be wrong as Carl puts this one in.
You do not wake up a Rhino, y'all. Carl is like, you know what? I'm taking this myself. 5-2, less than a minute to play. Comets are on the back hill. What they're going to do now, we don't even know.
What I think they're going to be doing is looking to move on to Game 5 and try and just focus on getting a couple of points here. You don't have to get the win immediately, but just focus on figuring out your tempo again. It has been broken up. The armor has been shadowed by the Rhinos' horns as the 6th goal goes in.
You can forget about winning the series. How do you come into the Aqua Dome and have Jellyfish watch you get dominated in 2 games by a team that's supposed to be weaker than you? If I'm the Comets, even if you win the series, you're going back and thinking about how you can improve on the pitch next week.
And that's always what it's all about, though. I mean, yes, the winning's important, the competitive aspect of it is important, but more than anything, in these kind of leagues, in MLE, playing the full 5-game set means you get the experience, you get the improvement mentality that's going to allow you to recognize, and it's going to give you the opportunity to make more mistakes to recover from.
That's true. We have 5 leagues in MLE, and there's a reason why guys advance and gals advance. That's because you practice, you get better, you improve, and find out how to correct your mistakes.
And a couple of the players that are here even started in the Foundation League and moved up to Academy. So maybe this is kind of the inspiration that we'll see out of you, Novanta. You'll be joining these guys not much longer.
Yeah, cross my fingers. I'm the highly prized free agent.
Rhinos will take game 4, and with a lot of flair, honestly, a lot of aggression, just pounding the ball through the defense.
Never have I seen a team act like their mascot. I mean, the Rhinos are not the most graceful, they're not the most finesse, but when they open the door, they are charging the heck through. Fantastic play from Carl.
Definitely. Clemens and Carl, I gotta hand it to them because these guys suddenly found each other. They suddenly found the way of splitting the defense, of breaking up the tempo, of taking control. And the Comets, I didn't recognize them in the second half of that game. It felt like all of the composure, all of the calmness, all of the aerial mechanical play was gone.
Yeah, it makes you wonder if this is an issue of the tortoise and the hare. You know, the first game, there were so many goals between both teams. Maybe the Comets are getting a little bit complacent. Maybe they know they are a stronger team collectively, but it doesn't matter. Goals wins games, and when it's all said and done, we have an even series.
I think there's 2 words that I can say to describe what's happened here in Game 4. Download complete.
They have upgraded.
We might have had a 56K modem for the Rhinos, but they've gotten the full file. They know what they're dealing with now, and I think they've got an answer.
I love it.
All right, Game 5, 2-2 once again here in the Academy League. This is for all the marbles in the series.
Both teams playing for the win and pride, it looks like.
Comets had a great opportunity off the wall, but not jumping means that that's going to be going the way of the Rhinos in front of their own net. Clemens with the block. Going back out to Carl. Carl getting first touch. Beats the defender. Has to chase this one down. Corner ball. Not quite coming away with it. Looking for the infield. Not going to find it, though. And Clemens with the 50-50 getting a little bit flubbed. Means the Comets might have an opportunity. Oh, my Lord. The rotation cut worked.
It looks like the Rhinos are reading the Comets' playbook, punishing mistakes, coming in with the charge, and leave it wide open. It wasn't a cleaner shot, but it was effective. 1-0 Rhinos, Game 5.
I had no idea that was coming. What an aggressive play out of Clemens, making the judgment call to challenge. Carl taking that out of the corner. What a good cutoff from the wall. Reading that one like a book. Going a little bit too aggressive, though, trying to take out the defender instead of the ball. Matty Ice has a huge clear, decent opportunity, but Clemens takes it out of the corner once more. A little bit of corner ball coming out of these teams once more. One of the things I love to see out of teams like this is when you get the ball into the corner, especially in like Academy, Foundation, even in a little bit of like the low championship league, you end up with there's these really awkward situations that are so hard to lab out. What a save by Matty Ice off that booming shot from Carl. Yeah,
that was almost a double commit that went awry, but things worked out in their favor. And we're level. Matty Ice he's like, you know what, man, we're making this a contest. Again, a mistake off the flank. Matty Ice got a full boost ready to go. Just pops it over with a little double tap finesse. No, you're right, man. It's funny how no matter which league you go into, how everyone attacks and approaches the corner play a little bit differently. And we're seeing that here in this game, how both teams are just kind of like, are more apt to sit and watch and wait and hang back and then open themselves up for the counterattack.
Clemens looking for that sharp angled shot again, not coming away with it. He's going to have to rotate back. Matty Ice has the breakaway, looking for it off the back post. No one's there to pick it up, but off the crossbar once more. And the Rhinos will avert disaster here.
Wide open goal for OMB, but he missed the shot, went wide. Will keep his head down and try it again soon.
Or are we going to see the Rhinos put their head down and charge in horn first? Carl playing the aggression, getting beat by Matty Ice. Matty has possession, doing a great job of moving it upfield. Once more the corner ball moving in on that. No one home to follow it up.
If that went in, that would have been clip of the week for sure.
Absolutely. Carl looking for the inbound play. There it is, the pass to his teammate, read by Matty Ice. He breaks that one up. I feel like I'm never going to get a chance to catch my breath here. As soon as the ball even approaches the net, it is just such a great scoring opportunity.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing some high-level play from both teams right now. Love the fact how Matty reads his opponents. I love the fact Clemens cannot be denied, willing to charge on it, on the ball.
One of the things I really enjoy seeing out of the Comets is they're avoiding playing that corner ball a lot, or if they do, they're one-tapping it deep onto the high corner, which is very hard to defend.
That's definitely a good observation. And I like the fact that both that Rhinos are going back on defense as quick as they can. Even though that may be an expensive their forward attack, it does allow them to add a little bit of frustration against the Comets. They're looking for a way to break through the goal and just been trying to make it work, but they've been successful so far.
There's a defensive misplay, but Clemens will be there in the rotation, faking that one, allowing Carl to defend this. One play off the backboard. And that's going to be Matty Ice sending a boomer back in onto Clemens. Clemens whipping the air ball, and there it goes. Matty Ice gets his own rebound.
To Clemens' credit, he was there. He was in the right position, just was unlucky. Didn't connect with the ball, left it wide open for the rebound. Matty Ice. It's 2-1 Comets with 1:48 to go.
We need to see the Rhinos start doing a little bit more variety in their offense, which I think the first step is going to be getting it out of their own backfield and finding a good clear.
That's definitely a building block to scoring for sure.
Carl starting to take that one downfield, gets a beat on one. He's going to have to deal with one more back in front of the net. Clemens not quite able to get the cut, and that's going to be another averted disaster for the Comets. Carl contesting that early. Oh no, Clemens stuck in the net, and old man ballin'. OMB puts it away.
So this play actually started 5 minutes before the replay. Both of the Rhinos were caught in the other side's net. They were late to get on the counter defense, and they left it open for old man balling. Clinical.
The Comets getting such great counterattacks and maybe just a little bit more speed of rotation from the Rhinos. One of the things that I'm noticing out of both these teams, and this is so endemic of Academy League in general, is you're going to have mechanical misplays, and you're going to have things that you're going to have to lab and work on. But a lot of the things that are like game sense and judgment are so hard to lab out because the only way to get better is to play more. What a pinball game in front of the Rhinos net, finally developing.
Yeah, this is one that was a little bit earned for Old Man Ball and Matty Ice in the Comets. It wasn't the best, but they both were on time for their attempts. A little help from the Rhinos there, 4-1. But you're right, definitely with Academy League action, we'll definitely see the things that we have to work on. What I do like about it, though, is that they're willing to make try the big plays, to see how it works for them and their team, the play styles. And that's it, 5-1. Just like that, Matty Ice is woken up.
Speaking of trying the big plays, that looks like a play of the week. Just getting
shut out the lights.
Little tiny tap off of that one, follow up, dunk it right in, almost a dead 90-degree angle. A little bit of styling from the Comets here as we close on the end of Game 5. Down the right side, OMB just taking it nice and slow, trying to dribble and break some axles. He loses the ball, but Matty Ice is there, looks for the ceiling ball. That's going to spike downward, almost on target. Carl has to pound it away. Matty Ice.
That said, we always made fun of, we always talked about and discussed and dissected the Rhinos play style, but they have a lot to be proud of here. They took a team, let the Comets to task, all the way to Game 5, made them rethink their strategies. They have a lot of things to be happy about tonight.
I love, too, that you're going to get the chance to be exposed to some higher-level players who are going to start telling you about how to handle some of the situations they had to learn through the School of Hard Knocks. So on the double commit there defensively, luckily no Comets goal or no Rhinos goal was scored, but they'll get the chance to tell you, oh, what a stopper on the goal line.
What a game, what a series. Comments over the Rhinos. Stage, talk to me. In your opinion, the car of the match, the man of the match?
I'm
Man
going
of
to
the
have to give it to Matty Ice. Old Man Ballin was definitely there with the double hat trick early on. He had a lot of dynamic plays, but Matty Ice controlled the midfield to me, and that is always what I look for in a player. It is just such a fantastic habit to get into as you start advancing, as you get better.
Oh yeah, man, the Comets look cool, pink and blue, looking like a Miami nightclub. They were doing their tandem offense, and it's very, very forward-looking. I have to give it to Old Man Ballin, though. Matty Ice was there, but he was a bit streaky for me. I like the fact that Old Man Ballin gave me more of a consistent play over 5 games. But the Comets, are victorious today in Academy League action.
I think we got to be proud of the Rhinos for taking 2 games away from a team that's that much further ahead in the standings. But in the end, like you said, that's going to be going to the Comets. So without further ado, we have been MLE. We will still continue to have more action, but that is going to be all for me and Novanta tonight. So please stay tuned. We're going to go to a break sponsored by APM Music, and we'll be back with more action in just a moment.